Good morning, Year 4 and 5's. Welcome to your Science Day Challenge and happy Science Week. Today, as I mentioned in our assembly, you will need to be futurists today. Now, if you're wondering what a futurist is, think of Tony Stark, who's the Iron Man, and someone like Elon Musk, who is in charge of SpaceX, and think of Bill Gates, the people that are creating technology and changing the way we think and go about our everyday life because of the technology and innovation they bring to us today because of what they're thinking about for tomorrow. So we have got a very important role today as fellow futurists. Now, the first question we need to be asking ourselves is what was school like and what will school be like? So on your worksheet, we have three different sections. We're looking at past, present, and future schools. So what is school like now? Do we have and how do we learn? We need to ask at least 5 members of staff what was school like for them? What technology did they have? Now, it won't be any good asking our youngest staff members because they probably have been in primary school in the last maybe 10 or 12 years. We need to ask some of our adults that are a little bit older and they may have seen a different classroom to what we are in now. So let's start perhaps by asking Mr. Saunders, myself, or Miss Metters. And then we can maybe ask some teachers that are a little bit older than our class teachers, and we'll see how their school was different in primary school. So what does a typical classroom look like now? And what does a typical classroom look like in the past? So we want to draw what we think the classroom looks like. Once we've asked some questions to those other adults, we maybe can use the telephone, or if we're sensible and we have a spare adult, we can go to the adults that we've chosen. Maybe we can take a class vote on where we go. Maybe if we double check Mr. Cave is free, I'm sure he won't mind answering some questions. Perhaps we can make some phone calls to other teachers around the school that could perhaps help us with solving the mystery of what were schools like 20, 30, even maybe 40 years ago. Now, we're going to need to draw and annotate what that classroom from the past looked like and how did children learn? So how did they get the information? It's easy for us to explain what a classroom looks like now, but we're going to need to make sure we ask those really important questions to those other adults to find out what a classroom looked like back then. Now, we've not had a very normal year, and we've had a impacted 2 school years due to something that's been happening around the world. Is there a bit of a clue on the page? Now, we'll need to draw and annotate a typical classroom from today, so our present. What was life like in that classroom and how do we learn at the moment? What has happened recently around the world that has stopped, changed or adapted the way we learn? Has our classroom changed physically? Some of us might have not even been in a classroom for a very long time. So how has that changed and adapted? Again, we're going to draw what our new classroom looks like. And for some of you, that new classroom might be very different. And we're going to annotate, we're going to add some notes around it, explaining how that learner is able to learn in that environment. Now, this is where we really have to think now. This is what makes a futurist a futurist. We will need to discover, explain, and predict how we think a classroom for the future will look. So turn to your partner and have a quick chat to tell them how you think the future classroom will look. How will we learn? What will it look like? What technology will we use? Pause the video now and have a chat with your partner. So will our new cities look like anything like this? Will our new way that we access information look a bit like how this young lady's doing it, similar to Tony Stark? Will we have AI or robot teachers? How will our technology change? All very exciting stuff. Will we even be in a classroom? Will it all be virtual reality? I don't know. It all seems very exciting. So, guys, we will need to, again, one last time, draw and annotate a classroom of the future. What was life like? What will life be like in that classroom? And how will we learn? And remember to take into account what has happened recently and what can we do as futurists ensure that that never affects us again. I can't wait to see what you guys have come up with, and good luck with your main task. Now, guys, it's incredibly important when predicting the future that this does not get into the wrong hands, because the information could be extremely dangerous. Now, the only way we can make it safe would be to seal and lock it in our very own time capsule. Now, I left primary school 20 years ago. I started university 10 years ago. And I think it would only be fitting, as there are groups of 10, that we lock our time capsule down for 10 years. Now, most of you are 8 or 9 years old. So in 10 years' time, you may be starting your first job. You may be finishing college, starting an apprenticeship, or finishing one, or you may even be going to university. So I think 10 years will be a very good time for our capsules to be buried underground, locked and sealed away, and then when it's safe again, we can reopen them and see how right or wrong we were. Now, our other task for today is to take what we've learned from our futurism ideas and to create a poster for the British Science Week competition. Now, we will have a picture, a title in the middle, and it will show the reader how it is we are innovating for the future and what key features from our future classroom do you think we'll include. We will need to include a couple of things though, guys, so make sure we ensure that it's colourful, eye-catching and informative. We use illustrations to help visualise our classroom of the future. Include what has happened recently, and that's what's influenced our changes to how our new classroom will look. And remember to explain what or why your new classroom has this tech. Why do we need virtual reality? Why do we need I don't know, glasses with computers in? Why do we need no windows in our new school? I don't know. You need to explain and tell the reader why you've chosen the technology you've done. Guys, good luck with your task and challenges today. I can't wait to see what you've done, and I'll see you out in the field for our time capsule burial. Good luck.